Yeah, this is what we were talking about. The next problem I was telling it's very important from ROC plot point of view. Okay, so let's see that problem. See this problem now. You have an x of n, okay, and that x of n is a power n. Understand that it is a power n. It's an exponential. Okay, and this exponential is ranging from n equal to 0 to n minus 1, capital N minus 1. That this n could be anything. Let's see about that. As of now, let's understand that it is 0 to capital N minus 1. Understand, where this a is greater than 0. So this is another thing that you need to understand. If a is less than 0 what, if a is greater than 0 what, so that is something that one needs to understand. So everybody concentrate on this particular point. This is the highlight of the problem. It's a greater than 0. Till now, in the problems that we have seen, no comment was given on the magnitude of a, whether it is less than 0 or greater than 0. But in this problem, they are very particular about the magnitude of a, and they say that they can clearly say that it is greater than 0. Understand that? Now, they say you have to find the x of z of such a signal and you have to plot. How many samples are there? There are n samples because it's going from 0 to n minus 1. There are totally n number of samples. Okay, you have to find out the x of z of that and plot poles and zeros. And when they say that it is 0 to n minus 1, okay, this is a finite sequence, mind you. Fine. Okay. Now let's see. Here, in generally we go from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, but here, since it's very clearly given that the x of n exists from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so here it is adjusted. These limits are adjusted to 0 to n minus 1. Everybody is clear about that. You should not suddenly mistake that what's happening here. So I'm not used that very first equation that I should have used for x of z. X of z is equal to summation in ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z. But that I'm not written. So in place of x of n, a power n is there, and this a power n is ranging from 0 to n minus 1 into z power n. This is the formula that we use for finding out the z transform. Okay, now uh, I request everybody joining to switch off their videos, please. Okay, just connect with the audio. Just connect with the audio. Okay, and even if you connect with the video, you can just switch off that video mode. Fine. So that's a request. Please, everybody follow that. Okay. Now, since there is n common in the power, so we combine this a and z inverse, and we take this power in n out. So it looks like this. Okay. Now, if it is infinite sequence, we were able to understand what to do. In such sequences, what we used to have the standard sequence, what is the standard equation that we know for finding out the summation? It is n ranging from 0 to infinity, a to the power n. But here it's n is not ranging from 0 to infinity, but it is ranging from 0 to n minus 1. So this upper limit is a finite entity now. But upper limit is a finite entity, but I don't know what is that number of samples. So this capital N is unknown. So when this capital N is unknown, which talks about the number of samples, okay, then we need to be using the standard summation again. Fine. So let's see how that standard summation looks like. See here, this is the standard summation. Okay, a is greater than 0. Okay, also it says that when is this true? It is true when b is not equal to 1. Okay, b is not equal to 1. So what is that equation telling you? See here, we know that if n is ranging from 0 to capital N minus 1 b to the power small n, then it is given by 1 minus b power n divided by 1 minus b. Yes. So this is in this standard form. So this is another standard equation that one needs to understand. The standard equation that we had seen already ranges from 0 to infinity, but in this case the summation is ranging from 0 to n minus 1. So you need to be a little careful with this particular summation, because it is dealing with the finite sequence, but we don't know how many number of samples are there. Okay, that's why to solve this summation, to get the result of this summation, we need to use this standard summation that we have here. Okay, so with this I can write this particular summation in place of b. You just substitute a z inverse. So that's why this x of z looks like this. Okay, in place of b we have substituted a z inverse. This is how it looks like. Fine. So let's bring it to a proper form before we go for ROC. Let's bring it to a proper form. Okay. Now, in finite sequences, okay, we don't deal with ROCs when Z inverse is there. Let's understand that. Fine. So what do we do rather? We try express this in terms of Z. Fine. Now see here. So here you have 1 minus AZ inverse to the power n, 1 minus AZ inverse. So what you do is take this Z to the denominator. So what happens? It would become a power n, and in the denominator you will have z to the power n. And here also you have 1 by z. Instead of a z inverse, you have a z. So if you work out with that, okay, you will find this particular x of z. I explain again. This z inverse is there, right? Okay. So this z inverse need to be taken to the denominator. So how does it look like? It is a by z to the power n. So if it is a by z to the power n, in the numerator you have a to the power n, in the denominator you have z to the power n. You take the you take the LCM. So how does it look like? It looks like z to the power n minus a to the power n divided by z to the power n. So that is what you have in this part. And in this part, what you would have a by z. Okay, you will have a by z. So that if you take LCM, it would be z minus a by z. Okay, so if you do that, this is how it is going to look like. Okay, so this is what one should understand. So if you just manipulate and try have this equation in terms of z, everybody will have this. So let's not bother about expressing this equation in terms of this. Everybody can do that. Fine. Now the interesting part is, okay, to find the number of holes and the number of poles and the number of zeros in this x of z. Okay, what are zeros? Zeros are the values of z's which would make x of z 0. And what are poles? Poles are values of z which would make this x of z infinity. Okay, how many such values do you find which would make this infinite? For this to be infinite, understand that? For this to be infinite, we need to make the denominator 0. Okay, so one value in the denominator that can make the denominator 0 is making this z equal to 0. Everybody understand that? Sorry, making this z equal to a. If you make this z equal to a, so a minus a would be 0. So this whole equation would result in infinity. So this is, so we can say at z equal to a, okay, we have got a pole. We have got a pole. Understand that? Now see here, it says a power n minus a to the power n. You should understand there is a z with n minus 1 power. Okay, and there is z minus a again with z with power of n and a with power of n. Everybody should understand this one. There is a pole of n minus 1th order at z equal to 0. Now understand this. If this z equal to 0, if this z is equal to a, then also this is infinite. And similarly, if this z is equal to 0, then also this is infinite. That means how many such z's are here? How many such z's are here? There are n minus 1 z's. Everybody should understand this. It is z to the power n minus 1. Z to the power n minus 1 means there are n minus 1 such z's is the meaning of that. And all such z's, if made 0, this x of z would become infinity. So that means we have n minus 1 poles which would make x of z infinity when such n minus 1 poles are made 0. So that means n minus 1 order at z equals 0 and another pole at z equal to a. So if this z is made a, then also this is infinite. If these n minus 1 z's are made 0, then also this x of z is infinite. So that means totally how many number of poles we have come across as of now? Okay, there is one pole whose value is a. There are n minus 1 poles whose values are zeros. Understand this point? Okay, so this is what is important here. There are n minus 1 poles at z equal to 0 and there is one pole at z equal to a. Similarly, if you see this is power of n. Okay, now see this is power of n, and similarly there is a 0. There is a 0 of nth order at z equal to a. If this z becomes a, then what would happen to this x of z? If this z becomes a, everybody just observe this. If this z becomes a, what would happen to x of z? So it would be a power n minus a power n, right? So that a power n minus a power n would make x of z 0. That means the value of z which makes x of z 0 is a 0. So how many such zeros are there? There are capital N number of zeros. Everybody is okay with this? So how to find out the number of zeros and number of poles and how to plot it in the region of convergence. I'm repeating the number of zeros now. Okay. In the numerator, you see, in the numerator, there are capital N number of zeros, z's actually. Okay. And if that capital N number of z's are made a, if they are made a, so it's a power n minus a power n. So this would make x of z 0. How many such z's are there? There are n capital N number of z's at z equal to a. So there are n number of zeros at z equal to a. There is one pole at z equal to a. There are n minus 1 poles at z equal to 0. So this much you need to understand. Very important. Okay. Okay. We are looking at one pole at z equal to a, n minus 1 poles at z equal to 0, n zeros at z equal to 0. Okay with that, everybody? Fine. So how is the plot going to look like? So without knowing what n is, we cannot plot. So let's assume that this capital N is 8. Okay with that, everybody? Let's assume that this capital N is 8. Fine. So as this goes, how many number of poles are there at z equal to 0? N minus 1 number of poles. Okay, n minus 1 number of poles. That means 8 minus 1. There are 7 poles. Okay, and there are 7 poles at z equal to 0. See here? At z equals 0, you just mark this. So there are poles overlapping here. Just show one pole, but say there is a pole of order n minus 1. That means there are 7 poles here. This indicates that there are 7 poles or a pole of order 7 when n is equal to 8. Everybody understand that? There are 7 poles, or there is a pole of order 7, or to generalize it, it is n minus 1 order pole. Okay, So this is how we need to mark the pole. So there are n minus 1 poles at z equal to 0. There is a pole at z equal to a also. See, this is a. So this is a now. I should have written a here, which is not there. Okay, there is a here. So this, keeping this a, you just have to draw a circle, keeping this a as the radius. So at this a we have what? We have another pole. Okay, that pole is not shown. I'll tell you, pole zero cancellation, it says that pole is not shown. I'll be talking about this in a while. Fine, this is a pole. Okay, but that pole is not to be seen. Why it is not to be seen, though it is present there, would be explained in a while. Okay, so let's shift over to zeros. How many zeros are there? There are capital N number of zeros. What is capital N? Capital N is 8. So where are those 8 zeros? Those 8 zeros are at z equal to a. Magnitude z equal to a, I should say rather. Magnitude z equal to. Magnitude z means anything on this circle would be a. Anything on this circle would be a. Wherever you go measure, that would have a, the value a. Is the meaning of that, because it's the radius a is the meaning of that. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to start marking the zeros. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, but 8th zero should have been there. Capital N, right? Number of zeros are capital N, which is supposed to be 8, but we have marked 7 zeros. Okay, another zero should have come here. Okay, another zero should have come here, and on the same place we have a pole also at z equal to a. At z equal to a we have a pole. At z equal to a we again have a what? A zero. So a zero, a pole and a zero getting overlapped would cancel each other. That's why that 8th zero, okay, and pole at z equal to a is not shown here. Everybody understand? So seeing this, you should decide there are z to the power n. That means n number of zeros, a pole at z equal to a, n minus 1 number of pole at z equal to 0. So if you understand those number of poles and zeros here, marking that is like this. At a means over the whole circle of z equal to a radius. Okay, so how do we mark those 8 zeros? Just go on taking these values. Okay, another zero should have come here, but that zero is cancelled because of a pole present there. So a pole and a zero would cancel and nothing would come there. Okay, this is why I said this problem is important from plotting ROC point of view. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. I think, can somebody in a chat window give me what is the time that you have the next session at? In the chat window, somebody. In the chat window, yeah, can at 12 you have? Okay. Okay, then I'll go till 12. Okay, maybe I'll go till 11:50. 10 minutes before I'll leave you. Fine. So you can again rejoin at 12. At 11:50 I'll be leaving you. Fine. I have a clock in front of me. Let's not bother. Okay, I'll be going till 11:50. Okay, till, you can again join by 12. Fine. Please bear with me. Let's go with that screen share again. Yeah. Now the next problem that we are seeing is this. Fine. Now understand. Here there is cos omega naught n u of n. Everybody see this? There is cos omega naught n u of n. But along with this cos omega naught n u of n, a power n is there. So we already have seen what is cos omega naught n u of n. Okay. So let's see that. Here, this is this is the z transform of cos omega naught u of n. Everybody okay with this? Z square minus Z cos omega naught divided by Z square minus 2Z cos omega naught plus 1. Okay, so this was something that was given for assignment. Okay, if you have solved the assignment, you would know how would this appear, or I've given you the answers also. So okay, so if you have not done, see that you're doing it. Fine. So this is how the Z transform of cos omega naught U of n was obtained. Now to this signal, we have multiplied an exponential. Okay, so what would happen by multiplication by exponential property? So this problem is being solved using the properties of Z transform, and there is a property of Z transform in which we multiply the signal by an exponential. What is an exponential? A par n is an exponential. Everybody understand that? A par n is an exponential. So if you multiply x of n by an exponential, how would the Z transform of x of n into a par n would look like? See here, a par n into x of n would look like this. In Z transform, you have to substitute Z as Z by A. That means this is Z transform of cos omega naught n. So what is A par n cos omega naught n Z transform? You have to substitute this Z here in the Z transform by Z by A. So that is what is being done. See here, and clearly the ROC said it is Z greater than 1. So in place of Z, again we need to have Z by A. So ROC is also very clearly identified there. So this problem is being solved by using the properties of Z transform. So in using the properties of Z transforms, what you have to do is, which property would look like this? This is the signal. This is the signal x of n if you consider. This is the basic signal. So this is the signal into A par n. See here, signal into A par n is there, means what you have to do, how would your Z transform look like? Instead of this looking like x of z, it would look like x of z by a. So instead of having z's in the final answer, have z by a, and your ROC was z greater than 1. So instead of having z greater than 1, for this you have z by a greater than 1, which means z is greater than a. So this a would be taken here. Okay, so after you substitute it as z by a, this is how it is going to look like. What you have to observe is, here are z's, right? 1 2 3 4. There are 4 z's, 2 in numerator and 2 in denominator, right? Okay, so the square term, 2 square terms and 1 linear term. So in all that you are substituting z as z by a. Here, this is the Z transform of A par n cos omega naught n U of n. This Z transform is for cos omega naught U of n. What is Z transform if you have A par n? Soon after you have A par n, these Z's would become Z by A's. Understand this point? So this is how the Z transform would look like. Okay, so if you just take this Z square is there, right? Okay, so just work out this the whole, the numerator and denominator. You just divide the numerator and denominator by Z square, because I don't want Z square to be here. So if you want to have 1 in this place, what you would do? You'd be dividing that by Z square. Okay, do that, you will find this equation. So it would be 1 by a. So 1 by a would look like Z inverse. Okay, so that is how this problem is solved. Just it is simplification. You will get to this particular equation, not a problem. Okay, so if you are asked that problem, this is how you would do. This is the Z transform, and ROC is Z greater than A. So this problem is solved using the properties of Z transform. Okay, so it is not the Z transform that we obtained by using the equation for x of Z. Okay, remember that. Yeah, I think we'll stop here, because next problem again would take some time. Okay, so let's stop this now here. So I would request everybody to give your attendance, okay, in chat window. You are 31 participants, and I want all the 31 participants to go on fast. Yeah, the slides have been posted in Google Classroom. Please go through that. Please go through that, everybody. If you solve the problems that I've solved in those slides, which are already explained to you, you would have a fair idea regarding what we are doing. Fine. So I instruct everybody to go through those slides once. It's in PDF format. If you have, don't read in mobile. If you have laptop, it's better you go with your laptops or desktops. If you don't have, it's fine. If you don't have, it's fine. Don't go to your parents and ask them to buy a new computer to you. Okay, I'm not telling you that. If you have the computer, use it for such purposes. Okay, yeah, you can see movies also, but this is also important. Okay, balance your academics with other activities. Fine. I hope everybody has given the attendance. We have 4 minutes left. I think I can take some few members. Okay. Can I talk to Manali? Manali is there. Manali Idirapali. Hello. Hello. Manali is there. Hello. Matadapa. Kirsla, it's not clear to me. Am I clear to you? Hello. Manal is not able to take the call. Manal, you can talk if I'm clear to you. Yeah, Akshata is there. Akshata Raikar, can I talk to her? Who's it?
Akshata, sir.
Akshata, yeah, Akshata. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು?
ಹಾ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಏನ್ರಪ್ಪ? ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಅದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಾನು
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು.
ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇವಾಗ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದೇನೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಈಸಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದನ್ನ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
I'll take. Okay, I'll just leave you people. No, you will not talk to me if I leave you. Okay, Sushruth is there.
Sir.
Sushruth ಇದೆಯಾ? ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಹಾಕಿದೀನಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಮುಂದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶುರು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ we don't know how many classes we are going to get. Fine. So that's why we need to be a little serious regarding these classes. We may say this is not going to be as effective as classroom teaching, but that is just an excuse that we can give, because the whole there are so many colleges, there are so many universities who have instructed their lecturers to take up such activities. Okay, so we've been doing this, we have been improving every day, okay, regarding these online classes, but the cooperation should be there from your side also. Okay now?
Yes sir.
Right man. Okay then, we will stop. Okay, and before stopping, if anybody has anything to say, I'm unmuting all. If you have anything to say, you can come down yourselves and you can say something if you want. I've unmuted all. Anybody has anything to say, you can say. Rest everybody can leave. You can go get fresh and join to the next class at 12. Anybody else is there? If you want to talk to me, okay, you can talk to me now. You are free because I have unmuted all. or if it is not muted, okay, you can unmute yourself and talk to if you want. You can unmute yourself. I have muted all. You can unmute yourselves. If anybody is there, you can unmute yourselves. We still have 7 minutes in this session. I left early because your next session is starting at 12. Okay, all this because I had connections problems in the beginning. Okay, then if you have nothing, I'll end the meeting. Let's meet in the next session. Okay, thank you. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.